Let me ask you a question. The question is, name the first defense scandal of independent India. What would your answer be? The answer to the question is the Jeep scandal of 1948 was the first defense scandal of independent India. Then again you will have further questions. What was the scandal about and who was involved in it? So these are the questions I am going to answer in this video. This is the first video of this channel. Please subscribe to the channel because many such interesting videos will be uploaded to the channel regularly. Okay, so let us learn about the Jeep scandal of 1948. So now let us check the background of the scandal. So this scandal dates back to the year 1947-1948 during the first Indo-Pak War or the first Kashmir War. Indian Army needed 2000 jeeps mainly for the rough terrain of Kashmir. Similarly, the government wanted 2000 jeeps for the Indian Army. But now the question is who would facilitate the procurement of these jeeps, and Mr. V.K. Krishna Menon facilitated the procurement of the jeeps, and he was the Indian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom back then. And he was very close to India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And Mr. Krishna Menon was also a very highly educated person. He was educated in the United Kingdom. So now what was the scandal about? So Indian Army needed 2000 new jeeps, and instead of new jeeps, the order was placed for refurbished jeeps. Refurbished jeeps at the price of the new jeeps. Okay. Now what Mr. Krishna Menon did, he paid upfront an amount of $172,000, or which was 65% of the total bill, without inspecting any vehicle. So no vehicle was inspected, but an amount of $172,000 was paid, which was 65% of the total cost of the 2000 jeeps. And this order was placed with a very unknown company which is called Mistantes. And it is said that Mistantes did not have the capability to manufacture the jeeps. They had very little working capital. So now the thing is 65% of the money, huge amount of money was paid without any inspection. So then what happened later? 155 jeeps were received by Indian Army, but these jeeps were of not up to the standard. Those were substandard jeeps. Subsequently, the Ministry of Defense refused to accept the jeeps, citing the substandard nature. And with this, Mistantes, the company which was given the contract, they suspended further delivery. Why? Because the Indian Army and the Defense Ministry refused to take any further delivery of the substandard jeeps. Later, some 49 more jeeps were purchased from another agency which is called SCK agencies. So what happened basically? Indian Army needed 2000 jeeps and the army got only 200 jeeps, around 200 jeeps, and most of which were substandard. Okay, so you see now $172,000 was paid upfront for the procurement of the jeeps, and Indian Army ends up in getting 200 something jeeps, but those were of no use. So Indian Army never got the jeeps the army wanted, whereas a huge sum of money was paid without any inspection. So certainly a financial irregularity had happened in which Mr. V.K. Krishna Menon was involved. Now you will be asking another question, what happened to Mr. Krishna Menon? So once this financial irregularity was published, Mr. Krishna Menon resigned as the High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. An initial inquiry was initiated against him, but due to lack of evidence later, in September 1955, the then Home Minister of India, Mr. Govind Ballabh Pant, closed the case citing lack of evidence against Mr. Krishna Menon. So no such evidence was found against him and the case was closed. And then what happened to him later? So later, interestingly, he joined the ministry of Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the Prime Minister back then, as Defense Minister. So you see the irony here. The person who committed the scandal, a defense scandal, becomes India's Defense Minister in the ministry of Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru. So this way the Jeep scandal became the first ever scam or first ever defense scam committed in independent India. And basically nothing happened to the person who was involved in the scam, maybe because of his closeness with Mr. Nehru, like that. So friends, this was all about the Jeep scandal of 1948. It has been explained in the video. If you have liked this video, please like it, share it, and this is the first video of the channel. Please subscribe to the channel because many such interesting videos will be published here. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will soon see you in another interesting video.